there is a moment where Freire is suggesting that for powerful and for the elite to employ manipulation as a mode of control, people must have first emerged out of history as subjects of history. What he means by that, and what I understand from it, is that for as long as people are not united, are not organized, and they are silent participants in an oppressive order, then oppression works perfectly fine because you can keep people under control through oppression. But then oppression reaches a certain stage where people, lift their heads, organized, right, and emerge as participants in the historical process itself. That is when the elite forces must use manipulation. So it's kind of transition from oppressive state of practices from Althusser, right, to ideological state of practices. And that, he says, is done by actually, of course, first of all, keeping the people ill-informed, but also by giving them certain myths to rely on, right? Like myths of upward mobility, that if you work hard enough, if you get an education, you could be part of the elite as well, like the idea of the American dream. Or the myths of a history or a preordained life. Religion can play a huge role in that, right? But the reason the elite move on to manipulation and modes of manipulation is because one step has been taken by the people. They have emerged as realized human subjects of history, right? They have become a constituency, and that's crucial because that's when manipulation becomes a part. What is becoming clear is that within the anti-dialogical way of looking at the world or dealing with people, manipulation becomes pertinent during a certain stage of mass mobilization. And that is when people have become slightly aware of what's happening to them and of their rights, so they need to be managed. How do we manage them, right? Nationalism, promises of upward mobility, promises of maintaining peace so that you could have your jobs, right? So how many times has someone told you at your job, hey, we should consider ourselves lucky because we still have jobs, so we shouldn't cause a lot of problem. Staying to your own, not poking your nose into others' affair, all of these things are there to keep us managed, right? To keep us under control. And then if you look at the modern world, if you look at the United States, the manipulation goes even way deeper than that. Student educational system, it's so expensive that their education is connected to federal funds or other loans that they take. Those loans are always connected to good behavior, right? So chances are you are not going to become part of a mass movement or protest because if you get a record, you can't access your loans. Like all of these things are there to manipulate us into the position that we are in, to either keep us there or to tell us that the best way of surviving in this world is not to try to change the world, but to try to protect the little we have with the hope that we'll have more of it. You can understand this actually more clearly if you read Althusser or just watch my conversation on his ideological state of practices, but there are some similarities here. So manipulation then, so far what we have understood is that it is a necessary stage for the oppressors when people have emerged as subjects in their own lives. They are not yet fully organized, so they are being managed by the elite through the myths of loyalty, myths of the naturalized hierarchy, class structure, religion, right? The idea is to keep them from becoming organized in a way where they teach each other, they inform each other, and they become a larger constituency.